There's a street in Philadelphia where people stand frozen on the sidewalk, doubled over like broken dolls. They haven't fallen, they haven't run, they're just frozen in the middle of the day. Eyes open, bodies swaying slowly. They're not asleep or conscious, stuck somewhere in between. The locals have long since gotten used to stepping over them and simply going about their business. This is Kensington, and here live thousands of people who no longer resemble people. This isn't a movie, this isn't a poor country. This is one of the largest cities in the richest country on the planet. 50 years ago, factories hummed here. Entire families worked. Children went to school. Then the factories closed, one after another, and the entire neighborhood slowly began to crumble from the inside. Today, it's the largest open-air drug market on the entire east coast of the country. Hundreds of people live right on the street, in tattered tents, among trash and discarded needles. In 2022 alone, more than 400 people die here from overdoses. That's almost 4 deaths every day, all year round, non-stop, 7 days a week. Dozens of ambulance calls are made here every day. The crews know this address by heart. Sometimes they come to the same person several times in a single week. For more than 3 decades, the epidemic has quietly eroded this neighborhood. 3 generations on the same street, each one beginning life with less chance than the last. A substance that turns the body inside out has appeared in Kensington. It was made for horses, to sedate them before surgery, and now people are injecting themselves with it. This substance is called Tranq. It was originally created for large animals, cows and horses. It was never tested on humans and was not intended for human use. When Tranq enters a person, the flesh begins to rot alive. Open sores appear all over the body, even in places where injections have never been given. The body itself is destroyed. Doctors say they have never seen such wounds before. They go very deep, down to ligaments, sometimes to bone. Some patients have to have limbs amputated. One man told reporters, his wound has not healed for more than 21 months straight. 21 months, an open hole in his body that simply will not close. Tranq is added to other substances secretly, without warning and without a label. A person thinks he is taking one thing but gets this too. They are left with no choice. The body shuts down, but doesn't rest. It slowly deteriorates. The person awakens with new wounds and no understanding of their origin. Then another injection, and the same thing happens again. By 2018, overdoses had become the leading cause of death among the city's homeless. Since then, attempts have been made to reverse this trend, so far without success. Tranquility, a horse sedative that rots people alive, wasn't banned for many years. It was legally available at any pet store. It was sold openly as a pet product. No one monitored it. Dealers quickly realized it was cheap, readily available, and made the dose last longer. The perfect supplement if you didn't care about other people's lives. Tranquility was found in 91% of street pills and powders in Philadelphia. These aren't isolated cases. It's almost the entire market. People buy one thing, but inside it's a completely different substance. Tranquility has already been detected in 48 of the 50 states. It's spread across the country, quietly, without panic, without making big news. It just happened to be everywhere at once. There's another detail. The usual antidote for an overdose has no effect at all on Tranquility. If a person dies from this substance, doctors can't save them using the usual methods. The Federal Drug Enforcement Agency has named tranquilizer one of the most terrifying threats in the country's history. They named it, checked it off. People continue to die. Scientists still don't know exactly why tranquilizer destroys skin so quickly. There are theories, but no proven answers. This substance is several steps ahead of science. Most tranquilizer is imported from other countries as an industrial chemical, across borders, through ports, and through the mail. Banning this has proven much more difficult than initially expected. Videos from the streets of Kensington have garnered a combined total of over 300 million views worldwide, more than many global hits. Other people's pain has become someone else's content. A whole genre has emerged. Bloggers travel there specifically to film dying people close up. It's called drug tourism. Some make a good living from it. Every month, people around the world search for the word zombie more than 600 times, and the name of this street is nearby. Someone else's tragedy has become a search query and an online brand. Governments around the world are studying this neighborhood as a warning to themselves. Germany, Mexico, Indonesia. Everyone is watching and asking the same question. How could this be possible in a rich country? Locals say they've stopped wearing open shoes outside. They're afraid of stepping on a needle. They live with this every day, but no one makes videos about them. One woman left to work abroad because she couldn't bear to watch it anymore. She returned to find the same hell. He says, "We gave food and sympathy. They restored our fear of leaving our homes." Journalists from all over the world come, film reports, receive awards, and leave. But the people on this street remain. The reports end. Their lives go on. Every child who grew up in this neighborhood saw all this from childhood. They either got used to it or ran away. For many, there was neither one nor the other. In Kensington, thousands of people are trapped under the influence of Tranquility, a horse poison that festers in the body and refuses to let go. It's harder to break free than any other substance. Withdrawal from Tranquility isn't just pain, it's mounting panic, anxiety, and the feeling that your body is falling apart. One person who recovered said it was worse than quitting heroin and fentanyl at the same time. Volunteers and medics work right on the streets, dressing ulcers, distributing antidotes, and helping people find housing. Every month, hundreds of people agreed to try to start over. In 2024, authorities demolished a homeless camp. They removed the tents and moved the people into shelters. Within weeks, most of them were back in the same place. Because the problem isn't the tents, it's inside, in the pain, trauma, and addiction that can't be cured with a bulldozer. Removing the image is easy. Removing the cause is a completely different story. Over 18 years, the city will receive approximately $200 million in lawsuits against the manufacturers of these substances. A huge sum. How many lives it will actually save remains to be seen. Those who survive say the same thing. There was one person who didn't give up and leave. Not a program, not money, not the law. Just one living person who stayed and didn't stop believing. Kensington, this isn't about faraway America. This is about what happens when the system breaks down and people are left alone to face adversity. Subscribe to the channel and watch other episodes. This is important.